If you're running paid ads right now and you're getting leads, but most of them are tire kickers who ghost you or don't have the budget, there's a really good chance that you've accidentally trained the algorithm to find you the wrong people. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to fix that. My name's Robert Chukare. I'm the co-founder of two agencies. We help people in the construction space generate leads, create content, build their brand. Okay, and in this video, I'm going to show you the things you need to be doing if you're spending money on ads and not getting what you want, because there is nothing worse than getting a report from your agency and it says, cool, we've had 40 leads this month. Looks great on paper, but then you sit down and you look at actually who came through and half of them didn't answer. A quarter didn't have the budget they needed, and you quoted maybe one or two real jobs, and you start thinking, are paid ads even worth it? The problem's not your ads, your targeting, or your agency. The problem is what you're telling the platform a good lead looks like. Most builders have their ads set up so that when anyone fills out a form or downloads a lead magnet, the pixel reports back to Meta as a conversion. Okay, I'll explain it in the simplest way I can. For you to understand what I'm going to tell you next, you need to understand the basic fundamentals of how online ads work. Okay, so this is for all platforms, by the way. So let's say, for example, we run an ad, okay? And that ad is getting us traffic. This is ads 101. That ad's getting us traffic. From that traffic, we send them somewhere, website, landing page, whatever it is. In this case, I'm going to say landing page because that's what you should be doing. Okay, and then on that landing page, there's a video, whatever there might be, and then you might have a form with some questions. And then when people fill out the form, it sends them to a thank you page. Okay, and it says thank you, blah, 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 whatever it might say there. Okay, you need to understand this. The platform that you're running ads on, no matter what it is, you have to set up tracking correctly so that it goes and says, okay, cool, we had this person, this individual, it doesn't have their name, but it says a person who saw the ad and clicked it, it's tracking you, went from there to there to there, and they've landed on the thank you page, which means they've converted. Okay, and it comes back and it tells them and it says, hey, this person converted, and then the platform tracks it as one conversion, right? And then the platform goes and tries to find you more people like that one and says, okay, cool, this person converted, they like your product, they like the information you had listed, we're going to find you more people like that. Now, the problem with this is you don't know if that's a good lead or a bad lead. Okay, you don't know if that person's going to help you get everything you want, or you don't know if they're an absolute tire kicker who has no budget or is not looking for it. Could be anything. Could be a supplier, for example, just trying to get in. It could be anything else, and you don't know at this point, right? And it's really, really important because the platform doesn't know whether it's good or bad unless you tell it. Let me phrase it like this, okay? It's like having someone on your team who does a job. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad. Every single time you tell them, well done, here's a bonus. And you haven't even seen if the job's good. Why would they go and change their behavior? You just told them that it was perfect. That's exactly what's happening with your ads. And you're rewarding the platforms for bringing you bad leads or unqualified leads. Let me explain how to fix this. What you actually need to be doing in this step is you need to run the ad in the exact same way, right? So we're going to run an ad, same platform. It's focused on getting traffic, right? We're going to send them to, you guessed it, a landing page. Now, most people have the ability, and this should be all people, but I'm going to say most, have the ability to qualify a person by asking them a series of questions. Okay? So on our landing page, we're going to ask some questions. Whatever those questions are for you, you choose. It might be budget, it might be timing, it might be location, it might be seller, whatever it is. You decide what your qualification parameters are. But what we want to do is we want to choose where they go based on their answers. Okay, so we only want to speak to the people who have the budget that we need to work with them, or who are in a certain position, or live in a certain area, or are looking at acting in the next 90 days. Okay, so what we do here is we decide what those parameters for this example. I'm going to say, let's just say we want people who have a budget of $1 million plus. Okay. Now, what we do is instead of setting up a one thank you page and then we're constantly reporting the same amount of things, we actually split it. And then they go to thank you page 1. So thank you 1, and then there's thank you 2. Okay. Now, from the outside looking in, these pages are identical. The person doesn't know what page they've landed on. Okay, they just see a thank you page, it's got all the information there, and they think, okay, like I filled out the form, blah, blah, blah. I told them my budget was, if it's less than $1 million, they go this way. If it's more than $1 million, they go this way. Okay, and then we tell the platform, hey, this is a lead, right? But this is a qualified lead. All right. And then when we set up the ad campaign, we optimize for qualified leads. So then it doesn't provide you more people based on just them completing the form. It provides you more people based on the answers you get. So then it says, okay, cool. This campaign is set to qualified leads, which is really easy to do on any platform. And then this is the one that tells it, hey, we got one. And then it finds you more people like this person, not just more people completing the form. Okay, this will be the biggest difference you make in your ads. You need to make sure you're feeding the right information back to the platform. Otherwise, the platform doesn't know. Listen, you got to think about it like this. The platform wants you to win. Okay, the platform wants you to win. Think about that. The platform will do everything in its power to make sure that you succeed. Because what happens when you succeed? You will then spend more money with the platform, right? If we go and rerun Google ads and then we win jobs, we're like, cool, hey, tip more money into Google, right? Makes sense. The platforms will do everything they can to win. Most of these platforms, their whole business model is based on advertising. Their whole revenue model, like most of their revenue comes from advertising. If you're running ads with an agency right now, here's the 3 things that you should be asking your agency. First is, what conversion event are you optimizing for? We want to know, are they just optimizing for leads, or are they optimizing for qualified leads, or are they optimizing for views? What are they optimizing for, right? Secondly is, are we differentiating between a lead and a qualified lead because they're different, okay? And then third, are we sending qualified lead data back to the platform? If they can't answer these, huge red flag, okay? Now, the overall result is you will get fewer leads, but you will also get better leads, okay? And I don't know about you, but I'd rather speak to 2 people who are qualified than speak to 30 who are not. This is all about structuring the system so the platform does the filtering for you. So you don't have to call 30 leads, see who answers, have a conversation, see if they're qualified. This does everything for you and then continually learns and gets better. So in closing, I want you to take 2 things. One, if you're running ads and they're not working, your ads aren't broken. Your targeting probably isn't broken. The feedback you're giving the platform is broken. Okay. And 2, if you're not running ads and you've run them previously and you've had them fail, you need to know if you've done this correctly or not. You need to stop rewarding the platforms for bringing you anyone with a pulse. Start telling it what a real opportunity looks like, and then watch the quality of your leads change without you spending an extra $1. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, I'm going to pop another one just over here. If you want to see more content like this, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.